Today, I want to talk about an interesting topic, which is almost all leaders aspire to, which is to be an inspiring or an inspirational leader. How can one go about becoming inspirational? So let's dive in. So, one of the expectations that we have as leaders of ourselves is to be inspirational. Everyone talks about how it is important for leaders to be inspirational, to lead their teams to places that they may or may not want to go to achieve a lot more than they would have achieved if it were not for the leadership. So I strongly believe that we should not start with the goal of becoming an inspirational leader, as it is a self-centered perspective. However, I have been thinking about this topic, and I believe that there are a few things that we can do and we can learn that can result in others seeing us as inspirational leaders. So, what are they? First and foremost, we have to be inspired. So, I have heard Matt Church, who comes across in many of our videos, right? So, Matt Church is the founder of Thought Leaders Business School. And he says many times, in order for us to be inspirational, we need to be inspired. So the way we can be more inspired is by keeping the company of other inspired people. So, as I say, we tend to become the average of the five people that we spend the most time with. So if we really want to be inspired, we need to be surrounded by people who are inspired. Inspiration, like energy, is contagious. Also, one way that we can be truly inspired is by having a clear purpose, a clear intention behind all our action. So that purpose, that intention actually serves as fuel for us to continue to be inspired by people around us, to seek out people whom we can actually surround us with. Research has also shown that we can be both inspired by something or someone, or be inspired to do something, or to be something, or to be someone. To be inspired, either by being or by doing, we need to live in the present moment. You cannot be inspirational in the future. You cannot be inspirational in the past. You can only be inspired and inspirational in the present moment. So I talk about it as presence over being present. So it is not just important to be present in the moment, but it is important for us to show presence. There is a very subtle difference being present and showing presence. Being present is physically being there. Showing presence is being with all ourselves in that moment, in partnership with whoever we are with. If it is just us, it is showing presence as being completely in sync with what we are feeling, what we are thinking, and that is the difference between being present and exhibiting presence. So, if we really want to be inspired and inspirational, we need to learn how to exhibit presence, right? And to look up to something. So, to be inspired is to look up to something or to someone. So, first and foremost, if we want to be or if we aspire to be inspirational, we have to be inspired. We have to be inspired by someone or something. We have to be inspired to do something or be someone. So that's probably number one criteria to become inspirational for others. Second important way that we can actually become inspirational is by helping people achieve their aspirations. So when I sit back and think of every moment when I was inspired by someone or someone was being inspirational, I can see that they were not trying to be inspirational, they were just trying to be helpful. I felt seen, heard, and understood by them. So, which means that, they were not only being helpful, but they were also being exhibiting presence with me. So, I felt that they knew what my aspirations were and were working with me to actively help me achieve them faster, cheaper, and better. They did not have any other intentions in that moment. They just wanted to see me succeed. and achieve what I already wanted to achieve and play a small part in my success by using their skills, networks, and influence. And sometimes help me succeed in ways and means which I did not feel capable of myself. So they inspired me to achieve, to be more, to achieve more than what I think was possible. So that's the next point that I wanted to talk about, which is they believe in the potential of people before the potential manifests itself, which which is a very complicated way of saying that they spot potential in us and believe in it even before we see the potential or believe in it. So when we think of it, each and every one of us has the potential for greatness in something. It's different for each one of us, but each one of us do have the potential for greatness within us for something. So it's just a matter of looking for it, as they say. We usually find what we go looking for. Once they find the spark within us that has potential for greatness, all they do is that they believe in us, in that potential, and continuously tell us that they believe in us and that they believe that we can achieve greatness in that particular part. part. And when we have people believing in our potential for greatness before we ourselves believe in it, we tend to see them as inspirational. They don't usually stop there. They would encourage us and help us in manifesting that potential in whatever way that they can, right? And one of the ways that they do that is by removing what limits people. A big reason why a lot of us never manifest our true potential is because we tend to be our biggest critics, and the tendency to self-sabotage by encouraging limiting beliefs within us is usually strong in most of us, especially so in high achieving, highly aspirational people. We see people who help us overcome these limiting beliefs as inspirational. So all we need to do as leaders is to spot our limiting beliefs, the limiting beliefs in the people that we lead, and find a way to help them change these beliefs. And we can do that by reiterating our belief in their potential. As they say, this is simple, but not easy. And last but not the least, I think we need to believe in something bigger than all of us. And we need to aspire for something which is bigger than all of us. And that aspiration and that belief in something bigger than all of us also sometimes makes us feel inspirational. It is about making all of us feel, not just ourselves, but all of us, all the people that are in our charge, to feel that they're all part of something much bigger than their individual selves. We can do this by creating a vision that is both challenging and inspiring at the same time. We can do this by creating a sense of togetherness and camaraderie. This sense of us all being a part of something bigger than the individual parts of us eggs us all to do better, to be better, and not to let the team down. When we do this, we tend to bring our full selves to work and keep the company of people who are inspired, which leads us to be inspired as well. And therefore, lets others feel that we are inspirational. In conclusion, this is all I would say. All the things that I shared above are simple things when we think of them. However, when we want to implement them in our behavior, they are difficult to put in action. The primary shift that is needed within us is to move away from thinking about me to thinking about you, which is the people whom we lead, and then shift to us, which is all of us put together. This requires us to be present, which is show presence, be empathetic, and genuinely wanting to help people achieve their goals and aspirations. This intention to help needs to shine through, to help not just for us to become an inspirational leader, but because it is a right thing to do for them. The inspirational leader thing is a byproduct if we do everything else right. think about it. If you like this, please do like and subscribe and share this with anyone else that you think needs to hear this message. I believe in you. I believe in your potential. Take care.